is a method in the researcher divides the population into smaller groups. So that does not overlap, but represents the entire population. So, for example, you want to analyze a chemical process, you are going to go for, based on your research, you are going to go for fixing the or identifying the samples. So, basically, you are going to have a target population, or you're not going to have a target population over here. Right? Say, for example, I want to collect what to say, people who are impulse buyers. So I want to know whether the visual merchandising has an impact on them. So mine is like, what is the non-probability sampling? My target is not there. My target customers sample I don't have. So what do? I can go to any malls, in any mall who is shopping, or I can go to any store. So I'm not specifying here which kind of store I'm going also. So I can get these. So here my survey is going to be conducted on or not on a desired target. My target is only based on my convenience. Whoever is coming to the shop, whoever I find, I'm going to give it to them. I call it as convenience sampling. I call it. So, say for example, I want to understand what is the impact. What is the impact of the online classes on students? So what I can do, because during pandemic, each and every, most of the students were on online classes. So I can go for convenience sampling. I can make a questionnaire, send it through WhatsApp to whomever I know. I'm doing based on my convenience. So it is left to the convenience of the sample chooser or the researcher. Next is judgmental or purposive sampling. So here we have this particular sampling method or this particular sampling technique is where we are not going to you are not going to go for, sorry, based on the judgment of the researcher, we are going to go for collecting. So when the researcher wants to understand the thought process of people interested in studying for their masters, so here the selection would be like, are you interested in doing your masters? And those who respond with no are excluded from the sample. So I want to understand what is the, are you willing to do terrace, terrace farming? So I want to know how people whether people are interested in terrace farming or not. And if they are interested, why they are interested, I want to find out. So now if people say, are you interested in farming? I will not give them. Or if I have to I wanted to fix a FDP program. Now, first I can ask for whether people are interested in program and what is that they expect from a FDP program. So if they are not interested, then that person will not be filling the question. So it is called as judgmental, or you call it as a purposive sampling method. Next we have snowball sampling. So this sampling method is applied when subjects are difficult to trace. When you are not able to get those samples which you prefer, that time you are going to going for snowball sampling. Say for example, you want to know the impact of you want to gather the information about cancer patients. Not all are said to be cancer patients. So you are going to have people, or your respondents would be the victims of that particular diseases. So that becomes your snowball sampling. Okay, so you have to get in touch with them, and then you have to go for collecting the data. So snowball sampling is a bit difficult in collecting the problem. And basically the snowball is going to be used in scientific research as well. Okay. And next is quota sampling. Quota sampling, as the name suggests, in quota sampling, the respondents for the sampling technique is going to be preset standard, based on preset standard. So in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to form based on certain attributes. So these samples will have to have some qualities that are qualities found in the total population. Basically, this quota sampling we are going to go for having with certain set of attributes. They must have certain specific attributes. Only those people, maybe certain set of qualification they should have. So we go for based on that probable only. So these are the methods of sampling. Next, we have uses of probable sampling. So I have given here both uses of probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So what is the uses? Basically, the uses of probability sampling is they reduce sample bias. Because you're going to do it, the population, sorry, the sample from the population, what you're going to choose is going to be based on your inferences only. So this sampling leads to higher quality of data collection. So the sample biases would be reduced because of probability sampling, and you have diverse population that you're going to have. So you will have huge population, and that you may have to find out. So maybe towards the income groups, or to it could be the demographic, or depending upon the probability sample what you are going to take up. And next is create an accurate sample. Now, coming to non-probability sampling, it is helpful to create hypothesis. For exploratory research, you are going to use all non-probability sampling, and budget and time constraint is available for is very important for uh, non-probability sampling. If you are choosing a non-probability sampling, your budget and time constraint is very, very important, because you don't get them at your discretion. For example, you want to go for a quota sampling, then you may have to ask what to say doctors, or you may have to go to some associations and get the samples for you. So that's very, very important. So next is, once you have chosen the sample, you decided what data to collect. Then you have decided who is going to be your sample, and with different sampling techniques you have chosen them. The next step is data collection method. How you are going to collect the data. Now, it depends upon what type of data you are collecting, either quantitative data or qualitative data you are going to collect. So, qualitative data can be collected both in through what to say interviews. You can have focus groups and group interviews. You can have surveys, online or physical surveys. You can have. You can use observation method, where watching and recording activities you can make. Biophysical measurements it could make. It could be the blood pressure, it could be the heart rates, or whatever it is. By that way also you can collect, depending upon your topic of study. Then you can have documents and records, maybe financial reports or court records. It could be, I gave you the example of what do you call, um, the reviews and the pictures posted in the comments column, that whether it will have an impact on purchase of online purchase, whether that will increase your online purchases, or your intention to purchase, make a next purchase. It could be like that. You can go for identifying. So these are the different data collection methods for quantitative data. And now, what are the different data collection, data analysis methods? So, data analysis methods, what we have is, what are the tools and techniques that you're going to use for analyzing the data? So, again, we are going to have a description of what kind of data we are having. So, our data, that's why what data you are going to collect, what type of data you're going to collect is very, very important. That is the base for rest of the methodology, what you're going to have. So the data analysis methods refers to the methods and techniques that we are going to use for analyzing the data to derive at conclusions. So these can be grouped according to whether the research is qualitative, or whether you are measuring the quantitative data, qualitative data or a quantitative data. So if it is qualitative data, you can go with qualitative content analysis, thematic analysis. We have analysis, we have discourse analysis, we have narrative analysis, we have interpretive phenomenal analysis, we have visual analysis. Basically, this IPA analysis, we do it for brand loyalty. All such things we can take up that. And visual analysis also we can do, like photographs, videos, art, everything we can. Say, for example, you can analyze the child behavior just by having the visuals. Maybe recording the students, I mean to say the child's behavior day by day. So it may be mentally retarded children, how you have rehabilitation centers for them. So for them, you can go by visual analysis, or children analyzing the behavior of small kids. Maybe giving them an activity, how would it improve their emotional attitude, or whether it is going to have an impact on their thinking skills. So you can actually record these, and keeping these videos or pictures, you can go for doing visual analysis as well. So that's for your qualitative data. Now, qualitative data analysis begins with data coding, like comments. So that's why we have today bibliometric analysis. Your bibliometric analysis is nothing but your qualitative analysis, what we are having. So coming to your quantitative data, we have popular methods like two important methods. We call it as descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. I think the in the next sessions, your resource persons would be taking you through this descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So this what is when we are using this only for quantitative data, the number side aspect data, whatever you have collected, for that we can analyze it using two different techniques. One is descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So descriptive statistics basically explains the characteristics of your respondents, the nature of your respondents. So examples could be your tables, your graphs, your means, your median modes. All these are going to be your descriptive statistics. And coming to your inferential statistics, you must have a dependent and an independent variable, and where you will be having correlation, regression, structural equation modeling. All this we are going to have. So all this you can do it, or all this can be taken care of. So the choice of which data collection method depends on your overall research aims and objectives, as well as the practicality and resource constraints of your research, whatever you are doing. So the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. This is what you're going to learn in your coming sessions. So your future resource persons would be mainly discussing upon these aspects only. Okay, so next coming to scales of measurement. So we have the topic here as scales of measurement. So let us see what do we mean by scales of measurement. So when you are collecting the data which is said to be numerical data, what you're going to collect, there would always be a unit of measurement. And that unit of measurement is called as scales of measurement. The factors or the variables, whatever you have defined in your study, maybe for example you are trying to find out the perception or the intention of people, or maybe the what are the attributes that are you are assigning some numerical values to it, and that an assignment of numerical values or some sort of values what you're assigning, we call it as scales of measurement. So we have the psychologist Stanley Stevens, who has developed four common scales of measurement. So we have four scales of measurement. So you need to understand what is the scales of measurement, and based on the scales of measurement, your type of tools you are going to use is going to be impacted. What is the statistical tools you are going to use is going to be influenced on the scales you have been chosen. It's very, very important. So if you are able to identify the scales, then it becomes easier for you to choose your data analytic tools. So you should be very, very careful in the scales of measurement. So your research methodology talks about what is going to be the data collection you are going to collect, how you are going to collect the data, from whom you are going to collect the data. But equally important is the scale of measurement. So if your scale of measurement is correct, then your data collection also becomes easier. And what is the data analysis tools you're going to use is going to be defined by the scales of measurement. So as I told you, as per psychologist Stanley Stevens, he has developed four important common scales of measurement. So what are those scales of measurement? We have the first one is nominal scale, the ordinal scale, and the interval scale and the ratio scale. So if you're giving a questionnaire or you're going for an interview method, you're having a discussion of focus groups, you will be having, or you will have a questions, or your questionnaire would be measuring in any of these four ways. So it could be something called as nominal scale that you are using to measure, ordinal scale to use to measure, and interval scale to measure, or a ratio scale to measure. Now this scale becomes very important because you have to do the analysis. You have to use some analytical tools. You have to use some statistical tools. So it is very, very important that you fix the scale correctly. If you don't fix the scales correctly, then your analysis tools are not going to match for it. So let us see one by one what is this scales all about. The first one is said to be the nominal, what do you call nominal scale. before we could get into the scales, the four scales, let us understand what are the properties of this measurement. So these scales of measurement for the factors or the variables, whatever you are trying to analyze, must have these four important factors. IMEA, identity, magnitude, equal intervals, and a minimum value of 0 should be there. So every scale, when you are telling about a scale also, you have to talk about these four things. The identity of the scale, the magnitude of the scale, equal intervals, and minimum value of 0. And these properties are applicable for all the four scales. What are the four scales? Nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. So you need to have the scales for all this measurement. So what is this identity? Identity refers to each value having a unique meaning. That means every whatever you are measuring, it would have a unique meaning. Gender, male and female, they have a unique meaning. Color of your hair, they have a unique meaning. Black means black only, red means red only. You are an Indian or a foreigner. Indian is Indian and a foreigner is a foreigner. They have a unique meaning for it. This meaning will not change. And next is the magnitude. Magnitude means the values that have an order relationship in one to one another. So there is said to be an order of relationship. Say, for example, when I'm measuring the temperature, it's going to be cold, warm, hot, hottest. So the magnitude of order, the order of measuring it. And I'm telling you, not all measurement scales will have magnitude. Certain measurement scales have magnitude. Certain measurement scales have identity. Equal intervals should be there. So there are certain scales will have equal intervals. It means that the data points along the scale are equal. Equal intervals. That means when I'm measuring the income of my respondents, it's going to be 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000. So the intervals between these two scales are going to be same. There is no, so the difference between the data points 1 and 2 will be the same difference. I have told 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So the difference is going to be only 10,000. So the intervals. So certain scales which are intervals type, the difference should be same. You cannot give a question stating that 5 to 10,000, 10 to 20, 20 to 25. You cannot give like that. A minimum, and next is a minimum value of 0. So a minimum value of 0 means the scale has a true value point, a 0 point you are going to have. Sometimes if you talk about temperature, it can be minus 0, minus, I mean to say below minus 0, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So here the degrees can fall below 0 and still have meaning. But if you weigh nothing, you don't exist. Actually, it can't happen. So like this, the minimum value of 0 also should be there. So as I told you, there are four important scales. Now let's understand what is nominal scale, what is ordinal scale, and what is going to be a interval scale, and what is ratio scale. Okay, so depending upon the type of data, your scales are being categorized. If you have your quantitative data, the data can be measured with numbers. Quantitative means it can be measured using numbers. So example is duration, or it can be speed. Now coming to qualitative data, this quality means it cannot be expressed in numerical terms. It is non-numerical data. So you're going to categorically categorize it. Say for example, are you aware of investments? Online investments? Yes. No. Are you aware of stock investments? Yes. No. Are you interested in terrace farming? Yes. No. Okay. So this is said to be qualitative in nature. Another example, eye color. The eye color of a person can be brown, black, cat eye. Like this, you have different colors. Or your hair color, black, gray. Now you have different colors that you are going to give it to your hair. So like this, you can have. So they are qualitative in nature. So they are said to be, when you're talking about the scales, they have an identity. So these are going to, they are having an identity. The nominal scales or the ordinal scales have identity. So next, when you're talking about quantitative data, we have two types of, what do you call, as I mentioned you, there were 4 scales. So these 4 scales, we have discrete and we have continuous data scales. So this quantitative data can be measured using discrete scale and continuous scale. So what is this discrete scale? Where whole numbers that cannot be broken down, such as a number of items. And a continuous one, numbers that can be broken. Okay, so for example, continuous which can be broken, like height you can measure at different scales. Income you can measure at different continuous series you're going to. And this continuous can be interval or you can go with ratio. So the numbers with known difference is called as interval, and the numbers which are measurable intervals where difference can be determined is going to be a height or a weight. And coming to qualitative aspect, as I told you, there is no numerical data, non-numerical data we are going to represent. So basically, we're going to have nominal and your ordinal data. So data used for naming variables like gender or the hair color, all this comes under nominal. Ordinal, where data used to describe the order of the values, such as you're happy, unhappy, neutral, you're satisfied, not satisfied, you're partly satisfied. All these are said to be ordinal data. So let's have a detailed understanding of this by taking much more examples. So we're going to have, first let us take nominal scale and try to identify few more nominal scales which we can refer to. So this is the first level of measurement of scale that you can have. And basically most of your demographics come under your nominal scale. Okay. So basically we give certain tags or labels to classify or identify the objects. So when you're giving a label or a tag, you're identifying the object. So as I told you, nominal scales are said to be non-numeric values. So when you are, how do you remember or how do you identify it as a nominal scale? One clue what I can give is nominal means N. Label is also names. So you can call like names or a label can be termed as nominal account. Say for example, the color. Color is a label. You cannot change it. Name of names are said to be nominal in nature. So if it is a name for an attribute, there is a name and that means it's going to be a nominal scale. So other subtypes of nominal data are nominal with order. You can have nominal data with order, or you can have nominal without order also. You can have, say for example, male and female. They are nominal scales. Identity is there. Male means male, female means female. I cannot change the order. So there is no order for this actually. There is no male and female, or how should I go? Female or female? I don't have. So I call it as a nominal scale without order. That means nominal scale is divided into, or you can classify it into 2 important things. One is nominal scale with order and nominal scale without order. So I'm talking about nominal scale without order is male or female, the gender. Nominal scale with order is like you are a cold, warm, hot, very cold. Is said to be only the codes that are given. There is said to be no, what to say, this is identity is there. Cold means cold, warm means a little, what to say, warm. Then hot means, then very hot. Or very hot, hot, warm, cold. So the order is there. I cannot make it as warm, cold, hot, very hot. Or hot, cold, warm. I cannot make it. So there's an order for this. So this becomes your nominal scale with order. So for example, I've given you what is the gender. So here the tags would be M or F I can give. So it could, and there are a few more examples could be eye, hair color, business type, what religion you belong to, civil status, yes or no responses, the ethnic group and the race what you belong to. All these come under your nominal scale. Now coming to the second level of measurement scale, that is your ordinal scale. It reports the ordering and ranking of data without establishing the degree of variation between them. So the variation between them is not identified. But you are going to have an order of ranking. So ordinal represents ordinal means ORD is nothing but your ordinal. Ordinal. So ordinal is known as qualitative data or a categorical data. So you can have a categorical data or a qualitative data. So basically your qualitative data is measured by your nominal scale and your ordinal scale. So they are going to measure non-numeric concepts like satisfaction, happiness, discomfort. They are actually emotions, but they are going to be used, they are going to measure it by using some particular scale. And this scale, we call it as ordinal scale. So some examples I can give you is ranking of school students, first rank, second rank, third rank, you are ranking them. Rating in restaurants or malls, the satisfactory level. Evaluating the frequency of occurrence, frequency of usage, how often you use your social media networks, how frequently you use your what do you call social media. In a day, how many times you are going to use, and assessing the degree of agreement. Totally agree, or it could be highly agree, neutral, disagree, totally disagree, or highly disagree. Like this, you have different evaluations. And how do you feel today? Very happy, unhappy, okay, happy, very happy, or your satisfaction level of the when you go to a mall. Basically, after your billing, you will find this very unsatisfied, somewhat unsatisfied, neutral, very satisfied. So you have an order: very unsatisfied, somewhat unsatisfied, neutral, somewhat satisfied, very satisfied. So you're going to have this order here. So this is called as ordinal scale. Now coming to the next scale we have is the interval scale. This is the third level of scale measurement. So they are numeric values in which we know both the order and the exact difference between the values. So this is very important. So the characteristic of interval scale is that there is said to be an order and there is said to be a difference between these values. So there is both order and the difference between the values are there. Such scales we call it as interval scales. So basically, the classic example that I can give you is the temperature measurement that we measure it in Celsius. So the difference between each value is the same. That is the reason why it is called as interval scales. So we are going to, interval scales is preferred scale in statistics basically. For example, when you are measuring the income of your respondents, the difference must be, it is an interval scale. You have from and to, or starting point and an ending point is there. And the difference is there between the starting and the ending. And that difference has to be same across the options, whatever you are giving. Okay. So we are using Likert scale or net promoter scale or bipolar scales, what we are having. So bipolar can be 5 ratings you can have, or it could be what you call 5-point Likert scale, it could be, or a 7-point Likert scale you can have, or a 10-point scale you can have, bipolar. That means you have two options and you will be having happy, unhappy when you're making purchases. So when you are a Likert scale, that is your 5-point Likert scale, or it is going to be your 7-point Likert scale. Your net promoter score is basically where you measure the brand loyalty of people, the preference of people, all that is called as your net promoter scale. The last scale is your ratio scale. Ratio scale is your fourth level of measurement scale. So this also measures your quantitative data. So quantitative data means that where you can assign the numbers. So it is a type of variable measurement scale. It allows researchers to compare the difference or intervals. So ratio scale has unique and useful properties. So what is that property? It is said to be order is there and there is said to be a zero. You can identify the zero. So it allows the unit conversion like from kilograms, calories, grams, calories, or all that you can have. So an example of ratio scale is what is the weight in kgs basically. So less than 55, 55 to 75, 76 to 85, 86 to 95. So more than 95. So you have a ratio of the weights that we are having. Now coming to the last but not least, the statistical tests for different scales of measurement. So for different scales of measurement, as I told you, very important. This based on the scales of measurement, you're going to perform the apply your statistical tools. So you have different tools for different or different statistical tests for different scales that you are using. So first is the nominal scale that we have. So I told you nominal and ordinal, basically they are going to be measuring what? They are going to be observing only the categories. So you're going to classify the observations or classify your respondents based on the categories. So you will have frequency distribution or central tendency of mean, median, mode you can have. You can conduct a chi-square or you can do a kappa statistics. So this is going to be the nominal scores that we are going to have. So this is basically your frequency tendency with frequency distribution is going to present your respondents based on graphs, the charts you are going to use. You can use your histograms, you can use your pie charts for representing the characteristics of your respondents. So basically, this is the demographic analysis what you are going to do. Next is the central tendency. It's basically visualizing your classification. So it is performed you can do your chi-square analysis as well. So in the coming classes, they will tell you how to conduct a chi-square, what is chi-square, all that they will be telling you in the coming classes. So you only thing is the scales and what are the, you just need to have an idea between the scales and the what do you call the statistical tests that you are having. But what is exactly chi-square? What is going to be the central tendency? I'm just naming it out. But actually, what you're going to do, mean, median, mode, and what is it that you're going to interpret that the coming resource persons would be telling you. So now central tendency, as I told you, mean, mode, median, mode, you can visualize your classification of data. Then you have chi-square test. So basically, for example, I can give you if we want to classify the population into several categories, respective of maybe two attributes. For example, job, performance, and the age of the respondent. So we can use the chi-square test. Now, how do we use the chi-square test? We determine whether these two attributes are independent or they are related to each other. That means whether the age of a person has an impact on the performance of the person. So here we are going to compare these two groups and we are going to use the chi-square. So how we are going to use the chi-square using SPSS, this coming resource person would be talking about. Now coming to the kappa statistic, or we call it as coherence kappa. We are going to measure the chance of corrected agreement between two independent variables. So we take up two independent variables and then we are going to compare it. This is one of the measure when we are going to correct the agreement between the two independent variables. There are two different people who have chosen. So their preference is given. We can identify the agreement between whether they are related or whether they are not related. Whether it is consistent or whether it is not consistent. So like that we can look at it. Next we are going to talk about the ordinal. So in the ordinal, you can do all the tests for nominal. Along with that, you can have Spearman's rank correlation or rank order correlation. So this Spearman's rank order correlation is sometimes you might have scales ranking the order. Okay, so which one do you choose? Or what category would you like to choose? Maybe you give a set of, for example, what is the type of, there are different services rendered by banks. Now, how do you rate the services of the banks? Okay, so it goes right from your, what do you call, basic uh, deposit customers relationship, like this, all this you have. So how do you rate them? Or what do you choose? All these are said to be order scales or nominal scales. So here, ordinal scales, if you have, only then you can go for ranking them. So what is the characteristics of choosing a particular product? So maybe the price is there, the characteristic features like the attributes of the product is there. So which one do you rank? That becomes your ordinal scale. So you can, when you are giving them ranking, which one do you prefer? What is most, which factor is the most important to you? Then you can go for Spearman's rank correlation. So coming to interval scales. Interval scales, like as I told you, if your question is having an interval scale, then you can go with all the tests: frequency distribution, central tendency, chi-square. You can have Spearman's rank correlation if you have given a ranking question. And then you can also have ANOVA and t-test. So ANOVA is, you can also do ANOVA and t-test. These are said to be more parametric tests also. Then we have ratio analysis. So we have a ratio analysis. I'm going to say ratios. When the scale is said to be measured is ratios. This type of measurement scale is actually versatile in nature. All statistical tools you can perform, you can apply. So including your all tests, right from your nominal, whatever you had, to your ordinal or interval, whatever you had additions, all that can be done. And now you can also do your what to say analysis also, you will be able to do it. These are the different analytical tools that we have for different schemes of measurement. So we have the analysis of variance, and then t-test we have. You can have this test, you can do all, there are many tests that you can perform. So with this, we come to the end of this session. So thank you so much. Thanks for listening patiently. So any doubts you can ask me. So we have another 5 minutes to go, so you can ask me for the questions.
Madam, one participant has raised a question in the chat box, madam. Please provide us the insight of in a pilot study in the research. How to prepare in a questionnaire based on pilot study.
So can you repeat the question?
Madam, the question states like this in the chat box.
Yeah.
1 minute, madam. Please provide us the insight.
I'm not able to see the.
Let it. Please provide us the insight of pilot study in the research. How to prepare questionnaire based on pilot study.
So the question is, to my knowledge, the way, what is asked is based on pilot study, how do you reframe the question?
How to prepare questionnaire based on pilot study.
Actually, before you do your pilot study only, you're going to frame the questionnaire.
Yes.
And after your pilot study, you're going to define what are the questions that are said to be reliable, or what are the reliability of your questionnaire you're going to prepare. Exactly. That the theory, I think in the coming classes, madam would be showing them how to find the reliability of the scale. And based on that, you choose your questionnaires. It would be like you will be selecting the questionnaires that are said to be reliable. You have a scale of measurement. If the questionnaires are reaching up to it, then you can choose those questionnaires. So first step is you prepare your questions and you're doing a pilot study to see the feasibility of these questionnaires. So after that, you are going to condense your questionnaire that would actually has the normality test and the reliability test of your questionnaire. Yeah, using your Cronbach alpha. And how you're going to do it, I think madam would be showing in the next session. Any other queries, sir?
Nothing.
Okay.
So any queries are there from the participant side? Please raise the queries. Madam is ready to clarify you.
You can either post it in the chat box or you can ask it.
Yeah, ma'am, if I can ask a question now.
Yes, sir.
In some studies, like I'll be specific, my research interest is sustainability study, and here the dependent variable is not one. Dependent variables are three, or in some cases more than one.
Yeah, you
So,
can.
as per some framework, the sustainability can be measured by three parameters like a triple bottom line: financial parameter, social parameter, as well as environmental parameter. So,
Parameters. Yeah.
financial parameter is can be a ratio scale measurement. Social and people factor can be either a nominal or maybe ordinal this thing. So, what kind of uh,
This
analytical
depends
tools you
on what.
recommend?
Sir, basically, this we do it in e-views. Basically, that would be because sometimes you're taking panel data. If you're taking, you can do. But if you're asking only through questionnaire, is that you're using it or you're using the panel data? Basically, you have scores for environment or maybe the financial scores that is there. So now it depends on what data you are taking actually.
Yeah, I will take, or some researchers of my group will take all the data, including financial data, environmental data, social data. Let me be
That's it.
specific. I'm doing a study on hydropower and the feasibility. So just because hydropower is making profit, that doesn't make it become a sustainable thing. As we have seen in Uttarakhand and stuff like that, there are other risks. So those other risks, including tunnel collapse, including like land, etc., is there is landslide, floods, and all. So that kind of data cannot be purely quantitative. It has to be a mix of hybrid quantitative and qualitative. The
Yeah,
social
yes.
parameters,
Uh,
let me finish, ma'am, let me
yeah,
finish.
yeah, yeah.
The
Yes, sir.
social data and the people factor. Now, R&R, relief and rehabilitation, that even
Mm,
if some people have been given compensation, is that
mm,
compensation enough? So those can be captured purely from qualitative aspect.
mm.
So if I want to do some analytical tools, do you recommend logistic regression where more than one dependent variable is allowed, or can you recommend some other technique, statistical technique?
Sir, this I can tell you only after looking into the kind of data what you have taken and what is the actual scales that you have been taken. Okay, and this basically you are using both mixed method. You are using both qualitative and quantitative data. Now I need to have a clarity on or your guide or whoever or maybe your expert you can meet who can give you on how you can what is your research model that you are having and what is going to be a dependent and independent variable, what is the scale that you are having, and then the what we call test statistical tests. So what is that your literature has told you, sir? How your literature has gone? You could have find the gap, right?
Literature mentions one logistic regression technique,
Uh,
and then there are other techniques which uses qualitative as well as quantitative
mm.
analytical tools.
That's what, sir. It is based on whatever it is based on your framework, what you have done. What is that means your clarity between dependent and independent variable. Based on that, you can fix what are the tests that you are going to do. So based on that variable, how you have measured, you have to define whether it's nominal or ordinal, and then you can test it. So I think
Can
whether
you
if
name
your
me? Can,
question,
can you give me any other tool other than logistic regression which can be used to get a fix on more than one dependent variable?
more than
If dependent variable is more than one, it is
uh,
three dependent variables like people factor and financial factors as well as environmental factors.
okay.
So this what kind
Sir, I didn't get a
of
clarity on you are having these
are
three
enable for
factors.
this kind of scenario?
Maybe I could get back to you because I have not done any research on this area. My area is basically only in marketing and finance data, what I have done. But basically, this ESG score, I have not seen on it, and I have no clarity on what is the what you call the scales that they have used. So maybe behavioral studies I have done. So that I can give a much better answer only after seeing your questionnaires. Because
All
I've
right,
not gone
ma'am.
through any
Thank you.
literature review pertaining to it.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Uh,
Me. Okay, madam. Can I close, madam, now?
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So
Thank you, sir.
again you have a session in the afternoon. You please try to be on time.
Commerce, marketing, and account. We now welcome Dr. C. Nagadeepa to take the session.
Thank you so much, sir, for your introduction. Can I move to the section, sir? Okay.
Yes, madam.
Very good. Very good afternoon, one and all. I think today I'm going to give you FDP on SPSS. It's an introduction of SPSS. Especially SPSS is very important nowadays because we all are researchers. We have to do the research. Not only the research, we have to what we have to do is like we are going to write a paper, we are going to write a thesis, we are going to do so much of project also in our life. So this SPSS is one of the tool, the software, which is helpful for us to do the analysis. It's like a program based. It's a window which is based on program that can be used to perform data entry and analysis and to create tables graph. Generally tables graph we will be using Excel, but in SPSS we want more than that, because with use of only tables and graph it is not enough, so we want a lot of analysis also we need. So for that we need a special tool, a special program which will help us to do the analysis. So for that many tools are there, like we can SAS is there, MAS is there, SPS is there. So now today we are going to use the SPSS to do the data entry, to do the analysis of our data. So we are going to use SPSS. So first I'll give some small introduction about the SPSS, then we can go for the how can we use the SPSS practically. So I'll be sharing those. Can I share, sir?
దేశమంటే ప్రేమతో జనమంతే.
Screen is visible. Is my screen is visible?
Sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's one of the interface which is used to see the data. That means enter the data, to view the data, and you can view the variables all. And this video, what we are going to do, it means we are going to see how to enter the data in the SPSS. Sometimes we can directly enter the data in the SPSS, or we can import from the some other sources. So because we all nowadays collecting the data through two different types. One is like a hard copy. That means we will be giving the questionnaire and ask the respondent to fill up the questionnaire. Sometimes we will be going for like online. That means like in social media, or like we will be creating a Google form, which is very like a famous method. Through that we can collect the data. So we will be distributing. That means we will be creating like a Google form where you can put your questionnaire, you put your like you can ask the questions from them. For that you will be collecting the data through online, that is through various social medias we will be collecting. So that from that also we can import the data to SPSS. Then how you are going to clean, that means there any missing values are there, is there any unwanted values are there, that you are going to use before using that data we have to clean the data and you have to edit the data also. Then we will be going for the analysis. So all these things we are going to see in the coming like sessions. Okay. So what is the SPSS interface? Very important. There are two windows which will be available in the SPSS. One is data view window. Another one is variable view window. So what is data view window means? Where you're going to enter or where you have entered your data, all will be visible in the window. That window will be called as data view window. That means the place where you are going to enter the data. You can use the thing like here, what is the other name is the respondents data. The respondents response also we can call it. So there are two names we can use. Either we can use it as case. Each line will be considered as a case, or each line we can call it as response of the respondents. So here, if you see that in the data view, there are two things will be there, which is column and the rows. So columns, and n number of columns will be there, n number of rows will be there. What it denotes? So generally columns will be denoted by variables. So we know very well what is variable. So I don't want to explain more about what is variable, because the previous session they would have been told, or generally we know very well about what is variable. So the column will be showing all the variables. What about rows? Rows are called as cases, or it will be considered as data of the respondents. So each row will be denoting responses, or respond 1, respond 2, respond 3, response 4, or we can use the word case 1, case 2, case 3, like that we can use it. So columns also will as either variables, or we can use the word as items. So you can use any one of the words. Okay, next window, another window will be called as variable view. This is very important because you are going to define the variables in that window. So this should be properly defined. Then only we can analyze the data properly. So the variable view, which shows the place to enter the name of the variable. Then you are going to see all the list of the variables. This is nothing but whatever you have entered in the columns that will be shown in the variable view. So list of all the variables and what is the characteristics of the variable also you are going to see in that. So all this will be visible in the window which is called as variable view. Okay, so you can see this is the data, how you're going to directly enter your data in the SPSS. So first I'm showing you the like a window, how it will look like. Then we can go for the directly how we can enter that also. I'll open and show in the SPSS. Okay, so this is generally we can go to the SPSS. I think everybody having the either like license version, or you will be having the trial version. So we can open the SPSS. If you click, it will be automatically asking new data set. So here you can enter. This is the way one which you are going to directly enter the variables, and directly you're going to enter the data also. So you can click on the new data set. So actually, this is the thing which I wanted to enter. For example, I'm going to tell you, like, I have ID number, I have duration of the hospital stay, and I have age and the gender, and these all are the variables which will be shown in the first row. So the first row, whatever is there, these all are called as variables. And from row 1 to 25, which is called as responses, which can be called as a cases or responses or data, we can say it. So this we are going to use it, and we are going to enter in the SPSS. How we are going to do it? So this is the window which will be shown. So you can see here, this is the entire window which is shown in the SPSS once you open it. So you can see on the first line, there's a first bar which is called as title bar. Here you can see that untitled 2. So this is the name, file name, we can say that. So whenever you are opening, it will be showing either untitled 1 or untitled 2 or 3, whatever it is, how many windows you are opening. Depending on number of windows, it will be showing 1, 2, 3, 4, like that it will be showing. Okay, so here when you are saving, automatically the name will be changing. So initially it will be starting with untitled only. Whenever you are opening, it will be starting with untitled. Okay. Next, you can see here, there is a bars. We can say that this is next line after title, this will be file bar, menu bar, we can say that. And after that, these are the shortcuts. We can use this shortcuts also. So either you can use menu bar or be there in the third line. So you can see here another one, that is, you can see here VAR, VAR, VAR. So all these all are called as column. The column which denotes the various blank, and it is blur. Once it is entered also. So this column is nothing but where you're going to enter the variables. Next, if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CES, then this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will be denoting rows. The rows are nothing but you're going to enter the cases. That means your responses. All the responses, each and every responses will be having one row. Okay. So this is called as rows, or we can call it as cases. Next, you can come down. You can see here the another status bar which shows the data view and variable view. What is this data view? Data view means nothing but now the screen, whatever is visible, this is called as a data view, where you can see the data or the responses. Okay. When you go to the variable, it will show the variable view. Okay. Any doubt in this case? I think no doubt. I can move to the next slide. If you have any doubt, you can like chat the doubt in that. Okay. So here, if you can see, this is one example which was like entered. You can see here variable, there was different. This is the variable view, we can say that. You can see here variable view on the top, it is showing name, type. That means what is the name of the variable. Next, what is the type of the variable? What do you mean by type? The type maybe, it may be a numeric, or it may be a string, or anything. Okay, so our data, which is that variable name, and the data is what type of data you're going to enter here. That is called as type. So the type is either it may be numeric or it may be string. So you're going to ask what is the height of the person. So the variable name will be height. And what type of that height? Height may be numbers, because you will be entering the number 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter, like that. That is called numeric. Suppose you are going to ask what is the place of the birth. So birthplace, if you are asking, so that will be, we will be typing the place of the birth. It may be like India, or like USA, or Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai. So you are going to type the place of the birth, which has the string. It is not having any number. So we will be using the string value. So sometimes we will be asking, like, suppose I am the in charge for like sales. Which geographical area I am in charge for that, or I am from which geographical area. So that time I'll be writing the zone, which zone I am from, north zone, south zone. That time we can use the word string. So this is called as type of the type of the data which you're going to enter. Next is like the next, if you can see that width and decimal. What is that width and decimal means? So when there is a height can be measured in whole number, or it can be measured with the points, decimal places also. So when you're going to use the decimal places, then you have to mention how many decimal places you're going to use it. So for example, if you're going to ask height, I can maximum go for 2 decimal places. So that we can do. Sometimes we will be looking for more than 2 decimal places. That time you can mention how many decimal places you're going to use for the particular data. So that is called as decimal places. What is the width? Width means how many numbers you are going to use. Or suppose if So numeric, okay, numbers like digits, how many digits we can use. If it is like a string, what is the width of the particular? So because the width may be, you may be giving some 4 digits or 5 digits, or sorry, 5 length or whatever it is. The length can be given, how many characteristics you are going to ask. So that is called as width of the particular variable. Next, if you see that label, very important. There is a difference between label and name. So for example, if I ask like sometimes I'll be giving name here little bigger and I can name label is little bigger. So for example, I'm going to ask a question. The question may be very big. That means I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to buy. What is the satisfaction you're going to ask about the FTP, or you may be asking question, how many FTPs you have attended. So for that, the label can be how many FTPs you have attended. So this is very big, but I can give the name here, n number of FDPs, FDP. That means short form I can give as a name, but I can give the, what is the full form, or I can expand the question that you can show it in the label. So that is called as label. That means the description of the particular variable name is called as label. Next is values, very important, values. Why? Because always we will be doing coding. We will be converting the data into that numbers. That is called as coding. We can say that. So for that coding, what are the values you have assigned for that particular code, you have to show in the values column. So for example, I'm going to ask you like, what is your gender? So you may be giving your gender as male or female. Sometimes nowadays we are extending to one more is there, that is like transgender is also there. So we will be using 3 categories. So male, female, transgender. So, but I'm going to code it. How we can code? If I am going to give male, that can 1. If I'm going to give a name like female, that can be coded as 2. Transgender can be coded as 3. So here you are going to show the value. That means 1, if I give, then that will be considered as male. If I give 2, then that will be considered as female. If I give 3, that will be considered as transgender. Not only that, we know very well one thing that is called as Likert scale, because we all are going to use the Likert scale. So when we are going to Likert scale, we will be using like strongly disagree to strongly agree, which will be varying from 1 to 5. So the 1 means it is nothing but strongly disagree. So that we are going to mention in the value. So if I'm giving 1 means what is the value for that 1? So that will be mentioned in the value column. Okay, so these are the important. Another one that measures, very important, what is the scale type? Because morning first a session, they would have been given you what are the different scales we can use it, like ordinal, nominal, and scale type. So what is the type of that particular variable that should be mentioned in the measures? So these all are the important things which we have to define. You are going to define the variable. So whenever you are going to enter the variable, you have to enter name of the variable, what is the type of the variable, and what is the width of the variable. If there is any decimal places you are going to use, and what is the decimal numbers you are going to use in for that particular variable. Then what is the label? That means description of the particular variable. Then what are the values? That means code. If you are using any code, what is the code and what is the value of the particular variable you have to show. And further, you are going to use what is the measure of the particular variable type. So these are the things which we have to enter in the variable view. That means variable window. So this you have to enter for all the variable. That means all the questions. Very simply, we can say that each question will be considered as one variable. Okay. So whatever I told you, same thing we have here, I have explained. So you can see here how you're going to insert the value of the particular label. So for example, here I told you, number 1, value is 1, then the label is male. Okay, so value is 2 means then the value will be female. Okay, so you have to give the code number, whatever you have given as a numeric code number, the value place, and what is the description of the particular particular value, you have to write in the label. Once it is done, we can add it. Automatically, it will be added. If you wanted to change or if you wanted to edit, you can select that one and you can change here and you can click the change button also. So all these things we will do when I am showing in the SPSS. So this is one example, which is data view. You can see here on the top, whatever is there, these all are called as variables and the rows will be denoting the cases. Okay. So here, this is the example. Next, how you can import the data from the Excel is you can use the select file and open and data, and you have to choose Excel as a type. Very important, because default it will be showing only .sav file. That is only it will be showing that to open the SAV file only, but you have to change the file type, which is like shown in the down part, file type, files of type. Here you have to select XLS file type. Okay, then you can select the place and you can click the particular file name, so automatically you can open the file. So you can see here, next window, it will be lead sheet, because you can, very well in SPSS, in Excel, many sheets will be there. Which sheet you wanted to open here? Okay, so you can use this worksheet. There is a worksheet column. Here you can click and you can select what are the sheets. It will show all the sheets with a number of rows, how many it is entered data, that also it will be showing. So you can select that one. Next is range. It is not necessary. Suppose if you wanted to take only few numbers, say for example, I have in my Excel 400 days are there. I don't want 400. I want to take only 100. So then you can select the ranges also here. Okay. So the range, if you select, automatically you can select from 1 to 100 rows. So that can be selected. So this is what the like a selection of particular sheet for like importing data from Excel to SPSS. Okay. Next, we are moving to this one. So after that, we can save the file also by clicking file, then save. Automatically, it will be asking what is the name of the file. You can enter the name of the file also. Okay, so now up to this, can we do it in the SPSS? I'm going to stop sharing this one and I'll be sharing the SPSS. Okay, I hope everybody is having SPSS. So I'm going to show you the SPSS screen. Before going to that, I will show you one survey booklet, which is the data which contains. Okay, so this is my survey book. That means survey collected. What that means? It is nothing but very simple. I am going to collect the data from the people, which how the people are very impulsive to buy their apparel. That means dresses, because many people are there. They will just go shopping for that and they will buy the dresses. So what motivates them to buy the dresses? That is what I have collected data from the people. So for that, I have two sections, section A and section B, because generally we know that we will be collecting data demographic as well as the variables also. That means the factors or motivating factors. That is what my like a research topic. So I will be having my questionnaire into two sections. One is like demographic, nothing but to understand the respondents' characteristics. We will be collecting some data which is called as demographic. We will say that. So here I have collected, that is age. There this all these sections I have used close-ended questionnaire. I have not used any open-ended questions. Suppose if you are using open-ended questions, again you have to do the scaling. Again you have to do the like a close also. Okay, so I have used close-ended question where I have given the options to tick the options of for them. Okay, so I have used age, I have taken gender, I have taken occupation, and then their monthly income also. So these four questions are for demography information, and I want you to like check the tendency of them to buy the products. Why? What is the reason? So this is what I'm going to So I have taken some 12 questions, the 12 questions which is measured in the Likert scale. So you know very well Likert scales are like ranging from 1 to 5. So here your wish can use like 5 scale. Nowadays people are using only 4 scale. They are avoiding 3. That means strong, like neither agree or not disagree. So it's your wish, like how you want, accordingly you can use the questionnaire. Some people are using bipolar scale, that is like from 1 to 10. So you can use any one of the numbers, whatever it is. Okay, but this is the sample set. I'm going to use it. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. And I have collected the data in 2 different files. Why? Because like I will tell you why I have taken 2 files. So one is I started collecting my data. So I started collecting my data from the month of like January 2022 and up to 2022, whatever data I have collected, that I have considered in one Excel file. Okay, so that Excel file I'm going to download, that means import the data from the Excel file to here. So very important, one more thing I forgot to tell you. I will share once again this one. Okay, so how I have done means after collecting data, I have coded. What is that coded means? Like, say for example, if you take age, so below 25, I have given number 1. And 25 to 40, I have given 2. And above 40, I have given code as 3. That means if the person is 20 below, then for him, I have given age code as 1. And this is 2. And this is 3. You should remember this one very well. Then why? Because when you are using these numbers, the coding, you have to properly label it in the SPSS. And for gender, I have taken male as and female as 2. And occupation, that is the student 1, employed 2, self-employed 3, homemaker 3, and others 4. Okay. So this then monthly income also less than 30,001, 30,000 to 60,002, and this is 4 and this is 5. And here already shown strongly disagree 1, disagree 2, neither agree nor agree 3, and agree is 4, and strongly disagree, strongly agree is 5. So this is what the coding which I have done for this particular data. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing this one. Okay, I'll be sharing the SPSS. Okay, this is already I have imported. So I'm just going to close it. I will start new one. Okay, so you can see here, you can go to file. You can go to file. Okay, and here you can open data. You can click here. So generally, you can see here, generally, the first always it will be showing the file type. That means files type is .sav. So it will give the option always default. It will be asking for .sav. But we want our file is XLS. So you have to select the file type as XLS. So I'm going to click on XLS. So now you can see here, and my file is in like desktop. So I have selected here desktop. Suppose if your file is in some other place, you can go to the lookin. Here you can click and you can select where your file is there. So you can click the location here. But my file is in desktop only. So I have clicked desktop. And now you can see here I have 2 types of 2 different files, which is impulse data up to 2023. Then after that in 2023 also I have collected. I will tell you why I have 2 different files. Okay, I'll show you first this one. So I'm selecting impulse data up to 2022 and you can click open. See, here you can ask you like a worksheet. So here I have only worksheet. So it is showing 1 to 105. So if you have many, then it will be showing different sheets. I have only one sheet. That's why it is showing only one sheet. Suppose if you wanted to like select only 100, then you can give the range over here. But I want all the data. So I'm not clicking any changing the range. I'm going to make OK. So you can see here you can see untitled 3 data set 2 because I have 2 files open. So that's why it is showing data set 2. Okay. So this is the can you see the screen? Is it visible? I hope it is visible.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay. So I can stop any one because two screens are open. I'll be closing any one. Okay. Oh, sorry, it is stopped. Again, I'll share. Okay. Okay, you can see here. So now initially it will be showing you the data view, but we wanted to change the data. So you can see here the first line which is in the Excel file, that is first row, will be considered as a variable name. One important thing is whenever SPSS, it will take the variable name. It will not consider any space between the variable name. So for example, if you take monthly income in Excel, I have written this monthly income as monthly one space and income. But when it transfer to SPSS, it will be showing as a single word only, because variable word should not have any space in between. So that will automatically delete the particular space and it will be merging the word and it will show as a monthly income. So this is called as like a data view, and you can see here all it is having 0.0, 0.0. Default, whenever you are transferring data, it will be showing, if it is a number, it will be having in decimal also. These things and all we are going to rectify in the variable view. Okay, so if you can see variable view, this is the variable view. It will be showing all, it will be showing as a numeric. If you wanted to change, you can change it. Okay, so now if I want, first of all, I wanted to remove all the zeros, decimal. I don't want any decimal, so I'm going to remove it. So either you can select one by one and make it 0, or what you can do, you can copy 0 and you can paste for all these things. Okay, so some systems will be accepting, some systems will not be accepting. So you can do one by one. See, I can, my system is not accepting, but in my house, I have a laptop. It will be accepting for copy cases also. So it's your wish. You can either use this drop down method or you can use zeros also. Now coming to label, very important, because already I told you for age, gender, I have given coding also 1, 2, 3, 4 also. So now I'm going to enter the label. Okay, so label, if you want, you can enter or you can go directly for values also. Okay, so now for the age, I can either use age. Suppose if I'm using here age, here I can use the label as age of the respondents. Okay, like this also you can use. This is called as label. Now, what is the value for this? Once you click this here, you can go to the 3 dots. Here you have to click. So here, what is the value? Suppose, for example, here you can see data view 1, 2, 3, because age I have given only 3 category, 1, 2, 3 only. So for that, so value 1 denotes what? Value 1 denotes nothing but like a less than, below 25 is called as number 1 we will be giving. So you are going to 1 means below 20, add. Number 2 means what is the value we have given? 2 is nothing but 25 to 40. 2 is below 29, below 25. So now see, I have done mistake. So again, I can click, I can change it. Below 25, then change. Now the number is 25. That is 2, which is 25 to 35 or 34. Whatever it is, we can, whatever you have given, that we are going to add. Then 3 is 35, above 35. Above 35, add. So this is what the labels which we have given for the age. Same way we have to give for gender also. So 1 is nothing but male, add, and 2 is nothing but female, add. Okay. Now coming to occupation. So this is the first stage where you have to enter all the this one. You have to enter. There is no other. Okay. So second value is for the occupation. Okay. So I could not see that. I'm just minimizing this. Okay. Occupation. One is student and two is employed and three is self-employed and four is homemaker and five is others. Add. Okay. So it is done. Then monthly income. Again, we are going to make, which is denotes less than 30,000. Two is 30,000 to 60,000. So some people will be using like instead of this, like a low, medium, high, like that also they will be using. It's up to you how you have collected the data, how you have framed your questionnaire. Accordingly, you can do it. Three is 60,000, 1, 2. So you can see here, I have missed some comma or that separators, 90,000. And number 4 is about 90,000. Add. Okay, so it's done. Now coming to question number 1. See, for example, if you take question number 1 is having the label. Why? Because it is short form. If you want, you can add the label for the question 1. It's very simple. No need to type. What you can do, you can copy the question from the word and just you can paste it. So see here I have pasted. That's all. So easy, it is very easy. No need to type once again. I have pasted here, and it is not only one question we can paste all the questions. So for example, I have pasted only one now. I'm going to paste for all the questions. So what I'm going to do, remaining 11 questions I have copied from my questionnaire, which is in the word only. Very easy. You can copy all the questions and you can select from first to last. Very simple. Click on the first tab and hold the shift and click on the last one. So, or you can drag like this also. Okay. So drag all this one and just control V, paste it. That's all. So either you can control V, you can paste, or you can right click and you can use the, you can select the paste and you can click it. So it is your wish, whatever it is. So if you don't want, already you have given your name itself properly. See, for example, if you take like first 4, I don't want any like a label because it's by seeing only it is understandable. These all are the name of the variable. So here, but if you take here, I have used Q1, Q2, Q3. I don't know what is that. So that's why we are going to use labels. You're going to use the labels. Okay. Now, what is the values for that? We will know very well. If it is 1, that is called as strongly disagree. And 2 means disagree. And 3 means neither agree. So I'm going to use neither agree, neither disagree, neither agree. Very short form I have used. You can do with the full form only. Okay. Then 4 is agree. And 5 means strongly agree. And okay. So now you can see here for all these things, again, you no need to do, just you can copy. That means already it is label is here, copy, and you can paste it here. So you can paste all this. So you no need to again do it. So pasting, very simple. Either you can use Control V or you can right and you can paste it. So there are two methods you can use. So you can use like this. Paste. So everything is pasted. Okay. So I have pasted here. So decimal place is also done. Now you're going to give the measures. What are the measures you're going to give? So what is the first one? The first one is age. So what is the age scale? Age says, what is the method? What is this? Whether it is nominal, ordinal, or what? I hope like very simple. Generally, I can say that this will be divided into measures will be divided into two category, that is qualitative or quantitative. So the nominal scale will be considered as a qualitative. So that means like a qualitative means like it may be name or place of birth or current residence. All this will be considered as a nominal scale. We will say that. Okay, nominal scale. Yes, somebody's raised their hand. Yes, sir. Tell me, what's your doubt?
Ma'am, can I ask a question over here? Because
Yes.
before we go ahead,
Sure.
ma'am, I was simultaneously trying to add values for the label.
Okay.
But once I click on the value label window, the window is not the same that I'm seeing, which you are showing right now.
Here. Now I am clicking. It is
Yes.
showing. Is it visible? My screen.
Yes, yours is visible, but
Okay.
mine is a little different. It doesn't show the same window.
Okay. Can you do one thing? Let's send a screenshot in the FDP group so that I can see in my phone also.
I'll do that. Yes, ma'am, I'll do that.
Yeah, please
Thank
do
you.
it. Okay, meanwhile, I'll just continue this. So there are two types, very important. What is qualitative and another one is quantitative. We will see that. What is that? Qualitative means very simple. It is name. So name, birthplace, all these things will be coming under the category of, that is gender. All this will come under the category of qualitative. So here, if you see like okay, here very important, age, gender, occupation, monthly income. All these four are there. We are going to measure. You are going to give what is the type of scale, whether it is nominal, ordinal, or scale. So this is very important. So if you see the nominal is age only. Okay, age will be considered as a nominal. So for example, the value that cannot be obtained or qualitative different from each other, and we cannot take any arithmetic calculation. For example, age plus one, you cannot, sorry, that is male plus one, male plus male, female plus female, like that you cannot do any arithmetic calculation using the nominal. So that is easier way you can remember. Nominal means you cannot do any arithmetic thing. Say for example, if you can add income, so 10,000 plus 1,000 you can add. So that is called as the nominal. So nominal, you cannot do any arithmetic calculations. That is called like a nominal. Simply we can say that. Okay. So what is ordinal? Ordinal is nothing but it is a categories which can be like intrinsic ranking or anything. Okay. 1 minute. Sir has shared the screen. Okay. Sir, what you can do, you can use the plus symbol. Can you just please plus? Can you click on the plus?
Yes, ma'am, I did, and I got it.
That's all,
it is
sir.
a
Because
different interface, but yes,
no problem, sir.
I got it.
Yeah, I think you will get. You have you got it?
Yes, I got it. I added the plus sign, and then the value
yes.
and label we can
Very good,
make
sir.
changes
So
over
you
there.
here we have that add the word. You have have the that add. That's all. Very simple.
Yes, may I know what is the question he has raised, madam?
Sir, actually, the screen of mine is different. The screen of his thing is different. So that means that's all. That's nothing else, sir.
Okay, right.
Okay, so that's why I asked him what screen he is having. So I asked him to share in the WhatsApp group so that I can easily see that and I can rectify his doubt. Can I proceed, sir?
Sure, madam.
Okay. Okay, sir. So then ordinal and scale will be, we can usually say that it is, like I already told you, qualitative. This is quantitative. We can say that ordinal and scale, this both will be coming under the category of quantitative. Generally, ordinal, when we will be using, means we will be using like Likert scale, we are using a highly satisfied or strongly agree, disagree. This scale, whenever you are using, that means the degrees of the attitude or anything you are measuring, that time that you can use it as a ordinal. Okay, scale is nothing but like, for example, you are asking like what is the height, income, all this will be coming under the category of scale. So by looking all this kind, we can say that age will be considered as scale. You can use this as a scale. Next, if you ask like gender is either male or female, and you cannot do any plus or minus for that. So we are going to use the word nominal. So you can see here by the representation. So all different colors, which is not measurable. That means like male is male only, female is female, and like that only. So this there is no intersection, there is nothing is there. That's why all these are different. The symbol itself, we can see that. Okay, next is what is that? Occupation. So occupation also I can use it as a nominal only. And next, if you see that like monthly income, so monthly income we can use it as a like a scale category. So I can use scale. Okay, and now all these all are Likert scale I have used. For that you are going to use ordinal. So by this you can see that disagree, agree, strongly agree, like that it is going. So you can see that it is like a bar graph, either it will be going upward or downward, whatever it is. So that's why we are going to use ordinal. So all these all are ordinal scale, ordinal, ordinal scale. So already I told you, either you can like do separately, or you can copy paste it. I have very minimum, so I'm just doing one by one. If you have more, then you can copy and paste it all. Okay, I hope like we are ready with the variable view. So the variable is ready, everything is ready, the questionnaires, everything. So the variable screen is ready now. Any doubt in this case?
Madam, one small doubt from my side, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Madam, you have used a one for an ordinal, madam, here.
Yes, sir.
Ordinal scale. It means that 5-point Likert scales, all the 5-point Likert scales, whatever we are using in the close-ended questions, we can,
Yes, sir.
that will be an ordinal scales only, na, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So whenever you're using like bipolar scale, all these things, you can use it in the ordinal. That will be better answer you will be getting.
Okay. But here, when we use in a scale for scale,
yes, sir.
Whatever the statistical tools we will use for an ordinal scale, that will be applicable for this, na, madam? Why can't
yes, sir.
we
Yes,
use in a scale?
sir. You can use ordinal scale. Both will be coming under quantitative. So you can use any one, no problem at all. But how you are going to use this, that is very important. So this will give you the statistics. This SPSS will for both the answer, no problem at all. Why I am using ordinal means because I am not going to use any points for that. Decimal places I have mentioned 0, 0, 0. So I'm not going to use any decimal places. That's why I'm using ordinal.
Okay.
I don't want any decimal places for strongly agree, disagree, all these things, because it's important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. I don't want to give 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I don't want to. That's why I have taken ordinal scale.
Right.
Okay, sir. Suppose if you are going.
Please tell me.
Suppose if you're going to use like, for example, like age. See what happens. No age. Some here directly I have given the option 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30. Sometimes people will be using as an open-ended question also, because age they will give open. It's openly it will be given. So I can enter 12, I can enter 13, I can enter 33, I can enter 45, like that also I can enter. So later this will be, you can make it as a scale from this between to between, this will be considered as number 1. From this to this you can consider as 2. So that's why the age and the income I have given as a scale.
Right.
Later also you can construct as a new variable also. Many people, that's what I'm telling you. First only I told you I have used all the category as a close-ended. Some people will be using open-ended also. See, for example, income. Income you can ask open-ended also. Right, no, sir. So, but what happens while we are doing analysis, if I have a boundary from this to this, that means continuous scale from this to this, from this to this, from this to this, it will be easy for me to do the category wise. That means in future, you're going to do ANOVA, you'll be doing TETUS, you'll be doing all this when you're doing. If you have the groups, that means because we wanted to know the groups and you wanted to know what is the relationship between the groups also. Is there any relationship is there or not? All this if you want to know. So we wanted to divide as a groups. So that time the scaling will be easy for us. That's why we have taken like this one.
Right, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Now you can see here. So you have data view and variable view. Okay. Now data view, if you see how many questions we are having 104. That means this 104 is called as like a data or cases. This 104 is called as data or cases. Okay. So now I taken this file only up to 2022. But what happened after 22 also, I have collected the data. That data are there in some other file. Because we know very well we will be sharing our questionnaire to others, and always our guide will be asking what happened to your data collection, how many data you have collected, send me the data. Like that also we'll be doing, or sometimes we'll be doing the pilot data collection also. After pilot data also we will be continuing, and we have to use that pilot data also. We will not leave that pilot data also. So what I am going to do, I have two files. That is, one is up to 2022, which I have in this. Another that some more data are there, that is there in another file. That file name is called as, I have shared in your group also, that is like 2023. Okay, so what we can do, we are going to merge the data from that file to this file. We can merge it, either merge or it will be creating new data set also. That can be also done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to data. You can see, you can click on the data and you can see here merge files. You can see the data merge file. Here you can see here two things. One is add cases, another one is add variables. What is the difference between add cases and add variables? Add cases means the furthermore data responses you're going to add, that is called as add cases. What is add variables means? So from there only one variable you're going to add here, that is called as add variables. So you can ask me why we have to do it. Okay. For example, I have collected a data. I have collected the like this one. See, for example, if you take this file, I have totally 14 questions. I'm going to show you the variable view. Okay, so sorry, how many questions? 12 questions I am having. So here you can see this is my questions. So it is showing special discounts and various schemes, refund rebate. That means I have divided this into three different categories. One is considered as the promotional activities, which will motivate them to buy. Another one is the store environment, which is going to like make them to buy the thing. And another one is the inner feeling, attitude of the particular respondent is motivating to buy the particular apparel. That means dress. So there's a three category I have divided. Okay, suddenly what happens, like in my set, first when I'm doing pilot data, I have taken one more also, that is like personality traits. That means personality. You know that 5 personalities are there, that also I have included. But later what happened, like my guy told, I don't want the personalities. You leave the personalities and take. When I have collected, I have the data with personalities also. But later she told, so I have deleted. But now again she is telling, no, you can add the personality also. So already I have the personality and the data also there, that is in another file. So from that file directly I can add the personality variable as 17th row. That for that we can use the merge files add variables. So you can add the variable from that particular file. What is add cases? The number of variables will be same, all will be same, only the responses you're going to add, that is called as add cases. So we will do one add cases, which we have collected the data up to 2022 which is existing, and 2023 is in the another file. So I'm going to click on the another file. So you can see here there are two windows which options will be saying select a data set from the list open data set. That means if I am opened that set also, it is open, then it will be showing that all in the open set. But nothing is open, only one file is open. That's why it is disabled. Only one option is there. You can browse where is the another data. So I can browse it. Say I can click, and in desktop it is there, but it is not in SCFE file. It is in XLS file. So if it is XLS file, it will not be showing you, it will not be accepting it. So I'm going to, that's why I wanted to show you this window. That also should be SCAV file. Then you can collect from there to here. Okay. So I'm going to cancel. Now I'm going to cancel. I will open that file also. So file, open, data. Okay. Open. So that it is only 98 data are there. That's why it is showing A1 to 98. Okay. Okay. So now my another set is open. Another set is open, but you can't see that one. Okay. Now if you see, I'm going to data, merge file. If I'm going fast, please may tell me, I will slow down it. Merge files, add cases. So now you can see the difference. No, earlier nothing was shown in the first box, but it is now it is showing because that data set is opened. I have opened that data set, and that data set is called as untitled 4. And now you can select this one. From this file, I wanted to add the cases. So you're going to click on this and make continue. This is very important. You can see here, what are the unpaired variables? Unpaired variables. Okay. So what is unpaired variables mean? That, for example, particular that set and this set. So if you can see that the star mark is having current file and the plus mark is saying that other file. That means the another set. So these two are not same kind it is showing. Why the difference is nothing but there may be a difference in the values or difference in the like a string or something. Somewhere I would have been entered wrongly. Something would have been there. That's why there is a difference it is showing. Others and all same. So there is no change in that. Okay. So this, if you want, you can pair it also. So these two I can pair it. Okay. So sometimes it is not pairing. Why? Because both the variables in pair must be the same type and length. That means this is different length and this is different length. That way it is not pairing. That is the problem. So you have to rectify in the source file. So both should be in the same category. Then only it will be merging. So now it is not merging this one. Or if you can select both. If you send it, both will be like saved as a different variable. That is the reason why, because both are in same nature. So I don't want this. I'm not going to take this one. I will merge only these two. What happens, we will see that. Okay. I'm going to say okay. So done. Okay. Can we see in the data view? Okay. So earlier it was only 105 and now you can see that remaining 98 also it was included. And now see that the total number of data cases are 1. So that means from there to here, all the datas were added. Any doubt in this case? Okay. Yes, madam.
Ma'am, can you show again where we have to click?
Okay, understand. Okay. Now I will be removing from 106 to 101. That means I'm going to clear the data. I have cleared it. Okay. Have only 105. In front of you only, I have changed everything. Okay. Wait, what is the data set? Okay, now once again I'm clicking data. Is it visible, ma'am? My window is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, data. So once again I'll tell you, like in this, how many datas are there? It is only 105. Okay. Okay,
yes.
Now I'm going to data. Click on data. Then go to the match files. Slowly I'm showing you. Simultaneously, if you want, you can do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you can go to add cases. Click on that. Very important, that file also should be open, ma'am. From where you wanted to add.
Okay.
Once it is done, you can select this. You have to select. It will show only one is open. Okay. Suppose if 2-3 files are open, all the files will be shown here, madam. Data set, all the data set, it will be shown here, and you have to select from which data set you wanted to add the cases. So here I have opened only the current one and the other one.
When I'm opening, I can just see SAV types. I'm not able to see Excel files.
Ma'am, there you have to select. You're opening or what, ma'am?
Yes, I have opened it and I am trying to change the file type. I'm not able to change it.
Which one, ma'am? Down one, an external SPSS statistics data file. This one you have clicked?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, that will show only SAV file. It will not check this one. Instead, I'll tell you, cancel this. I'll tell you, cancel this.
Okay.
Go to file. Click file.
File, okay.
Open.
Yes.
Data.
Okay.
Here file type is, there you can click on the file type.
Okay. Excel,
there
yes.
XLS.
Okay.
Open. Click open. Okay, here select that file. Which one? That is impulse data 23.
Yes.
Click.
Yes.
Open.
Yes.
If now you are in 2023 data, here you should not add. You have to go back to other one. Which one? The untitled data set. This is the recent one. It will be there. You go back to another one. Okay, you can see down. That SPSS there. If you see the first one, where you have given all the names, variable names, everything you have edited, no? That file you have to go.
Variable view or data view?
Anything you can go, ma'am, anything. Either you can, it's easy for you to check which one is better. So variable view, where you have given, no, like occupation, gender, age, all these things is there now. Where you have given, already you have given the values, everything. That file.
Yes, now I'm able to see an open data set.
Okay. Data, merge.
Yes.
Add cases.
Yes.
Now you can see that another data set, no?
Yes, yes.
Click on that and continue.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever it is, same. Paired will be shown in the active window set, data set. Right side one. Okay, now you can give OK.
I'm not getting any unpaired variables.
That means both are paired.
Okay.
I wanted to show why, because you should know the difference between unpaired and paired. That's why I showed like that.
Okay.
So because no, ma'am, difference how it is. So that's why I showed. So this side unpaired, this side paired. So always it should be same. Then only it will be pairing.
Okay.
Then okay. So now it is gone to this one minus some error it is showing because I did twice and thrice. That's why it is showing. Okay. Okay. So can you just check now how many it is there?
Yes, now it's
Data
200.
view. About 200. No, that means it is taken all the numbers from there to here.
Yes.
Any doubt in this case? Can we go to the next one?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next one is very important. That is missing values. By seeing only, you can say that some dots are there, values are missing. Here also some missing is there, and sometimes typo error will be there. All these things we are going to see one by one. So that is called as missing value or error values. Errors and missings, we will say that. Okay, how to do it first. Okay, so for that, I'm going for analyze, descriptive statistics, frequencies. So once again, I'm repeating. Analyze. First you do one thing, listen. Then again, once I am doing, that time you can do along with me. So that it will be easy for you people. First you listen. Don't do it because we cannot do it at the beginning stage. So first you listen. Then again I will do it. Again you can do along with me. So descriptive statistics, frequencies. So I'm going to select all these variables. So I can use Control A and click on this button. So all the variables will be going this side. Okay. So statistics, what and all you want? I want mean, median, mode, whatever you want. All these things it will be taking. Okay. Continued. Okay. So I think you can't see the window. I'll be stop sharing and show the new share output window. Share. So I think you can see the output window. Am I right? Okay. So first table will be very difficult for you. I will going to another table onwards so that it will be easy for you. So you can see that age of the respondents. So it is coming 25, below 25, 25 to 35, above 35. Here you can see one more option, that is 4. What is that 4? 4 is nothing but there somebody has entered 4 or you would have been entered 4 when you are do coding. So there is a problem in range of respondent because we don't have the category called 4. We have only 3 categories below 25, 25 and above 25. So this 4 is extra which you are going to rectify it. Okay, so this is what the first error which is called as typo error. We will say that it is not missing, it is there, but there is a problem when you are entering. So this is called as typo error where you have 4 categories there. This category should not be there. That should be removed. So you remember what is there? Where is the problem? There is a age of the responses which is having problem. Okay, next if you see gender, there is no problem. And if you see in occupation, there is no problem. Okay, because all those categories only we are having. Okay, next is if you see that in the case of like each and every questions, I have only 5 categories, all the 5 categories only there. You can see here. You can see here. Yeah, coming to this category. Here, one category is extra. What is that? 6. We don't have that type of category. We have only 1 to 5. We should not have 6. So this question is also wrong. Here also we have to change it. So this is the way you are going to find out what is the error. So this is the way we are going to find out error in the question. So where and all we have error, I'm just going little faster. See, this question also I having 6. So the 6 should not be there. So we should remember that where and all there is a problem. So 6 is there, 6 is there. Here one more is there, 6 is there. Okay, and here you have 4 is there. So where 1, 2 question 6 is there, another one question is 4 is there. So this we have to rectify. Okay, so I'm going to not output, we have to go back to our set, data set. Okay, so go back to your data set. Okay, I am going to share again. Okay, so here. So what is the problem? Age. First one is age. In age, there is a problem of 4. So there is a 4 in the age group. So what you can do in find column, age column, what is the problem? 4. So you can use different method, like people will be going for case summary, from case summary, which value, where and all they will be searching. But I feel this is the one easiest method where there is a 4. Okay, so find Control F if you do, then it will be shown this window. And what is the value which is there extra? That is F4. So I wanted to click 4. Where is the 4? Okay. So find next, if you click, automatically it will go to the 4th case. So instead of like searching from down to top, it is very difficult for us. So I can go to 4. Now you can go and take that questionnaire. That is always, whenever when we are decoding on the questionnaire, always write the number of the row or number of the case, so that it is easy for us to take the questionnaire back and rectify the errors. So that I have taken. You have to check what is the category, whether it is 2 or 3 or whatever it is that you have to rectify. For example, this is from 3rd category. By mistake, it was written as a 4. So I'm going to check 3. Okay. Now close it. So this is the another error. What is the another error? So from this question, somewhere you have written 6. So where is the 6 option? So I don't know which question also I didn't remember, because it is written Q1, Q2, Q3. There you have showed the question. So no problem. The question 6 is there. So you can correct, find out, Control F. And what is that? 6. So you can select 6 and find next. So that means in this question, there is no 6. So there's all or less than 5. Okay. Madam, I don't know where the 6 is there. Then what you can do? Don't select anything. Don't select anything. Generally, you can press Control F, then find what 6 and find next. It is also not coming. Why? Because I have selected this area. So what you can do? You can select all the questions. So I am just how to select all this question. Very simple. I'll tell you how to select. So you can click on this, then hold the shift key and use a right arrow button, so that keep on selecting all this variables, all the variables. Okay. Now, so all this selected, Control F, where is the 6? So find next. Okay, there is no 6 only. So that means where is that 6? Is it shown 6 only? Let me go for that. Somebody is asking some question. Oh. Somebody asked some question. I could not see that. Okay, I'll be, ma'am, that is mean mode. Again, I'll be coming, because that is different where some other way also we can calculate. When I'm telling that time, we can move to that one. Okay, madam. Okay, so just 1 minute. Let me finish this one. Then I can come back to that question. One by one, I can address. Okay. So where is that missing case? Okay, I gain more reward points. I purchase apparel unintentionally. So in that question, there is a 6 is there. Okay, we'll go to that question. That means Q4. In Q4, you can see, is there any other than 5 is there? Then we have to change it. Okay, so in this question, there is a 6. Okay, fine. Next. Yeah, see, it is showing 6 is here. There is no 6. So if I check in my questionnaire, it is showing 5. So I'm changing 5. So like that, we have to rectify the error, which is typo errors, which should be rectified. Where in any other questions, we have to check. Question number 5, anything is there? No 6 is there. Okay. Next question number 6, any 6 is there? No. And then question number 7, no. And then question number 8, it's not there. So like that, you have to check and you can rectify the error also. Okay. So anybody has a doubt in this case? Yeah. See here in question number 11, there is one more 6 is there that I'm going to rectify into 5. Okay. That's all. Okay. That's all we have rectified. Can we again check and do it? Again, I'm going for analyze, descriptive statistics. Okay. Either you can go for frequencies. Okay. Okay. So now I'm just sharing this screen. Share. So now you have to see that. Okay. So here you can see that it is it rectified or not? We have to check and we have to do it. Okay. It is closed. Once again, I'll be checking. Okay. So now we have rectified all these things. Okay. One more 4 is there. We have to change. So I'm changing it. Is my screen is visible or it is not visible?
No, ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Not visible. Okay. I'll just. Is it, sir, now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I have rectified the error for the age. So can we check now whether it is rectified or not? I'm going to data, analyze frequencies. So it is very difficult for me to take all. I'm just sending this side. Only age I'm going to take. So select that one, send it to this side. Okay. And now say okay. 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 Now you can see here. See, you can see here, each only 3 categories there. The 4 is rectified now. Correct? So this is the way you can rectify the errors. Okay. Now coming to missing values. So before going to the missing values, I wanted to say what is missing value. Then I can continue the like how to deal with the missing values also. Okay. So what is missing value? If you ask, like there are people often like miss values whenever we are entering the data, especially when conducting research. Missing values are very important because it's based on the percentage whether it can be neglected or it has to be rectified. So for example, respondent may not answer also for the question when you are taking the survey, or sometimes we will be doing error also when we are entering the data. So when you are entering data, if you miss, that is also missing. When you are taking the survey, that time sometimes people will not give the answer also. That is also called as missing data. We will see that. Okay. So the missing data, that's what I told you. Like one is like a typo error that we have to rectify by again typing, and you can do it. So, but other cases, if the respondents are not giving, that time, that is called as missing data by the respondent side. So then that will be considered 3 types of missing data. We can say that from the respondent side by not giving the response. What are the 3 types? 3 types are: one is missing completely at random. Once again, I'm repeating, missing completely at random, missing at random, then missing not at random. So there are 3 types: missing completely at random, missing at random, missing not at random. Nowadays, that much we are not getting. Why? Because now whenever we are sending the questionnaire, we have an option of in the Google form, there is an option they compulsorily they have to give the answer. But still, whenever you are collecting the data by giving questionnaire and you are taking that time, this options can be happening. This type of missing can be happening. So what is missing completely at random? Say, for example, I'm going to collect the data here. That means like when we are in holiday, how you are going to spend the holidays. Okay. So what happened? This is the question here, where you are going, what is your income, like what is your gender, all these questions we are going to ask. So what happens, some people started answering the question, they have started answering the questions. So starting only it will be there. Okay, suppose if the questions are 25, they will be burdened. So what they happens, they will be start answering up to 10 questions they have given, after that 15 questions they have not given. That means they omitted the remaining 15 question, they have skipped the question, that's all. So this is called as missing completely at random. That means completely at random, that's all. They have selected 10 questions, they have answered, remaining they did not answer, means then it is called as missing completely at random. Okay, what is missing at random? Missing at random means, see, I have asked what is income level. What is the income level? So when I'm asking the people who are working, they can immediately give the income level. This is my income level. This is my income level. This is my income. When it comes to students, when they are filling, they will not able to give the income level. That means the category, some particular category people are not giving the particular question, means then it is called as missing at random. So for example, the people who are less than 18, those people are not given the answer for the particular question. Then it is called as missing at random. One particular group is not giving. Then it is called as missing at random. What is missing not at random? That means some people, those who are very low income, they are not ready to give the opinion where they have gone already, how many times they have gone for trip, how many times they have gone for visit the particular place. Like that, some questions you would have been asked. Only these type of categorical people have not given the opinion. It is called as missing at random. This is very difficult. Why? Because if this kind of like I am going to calculate or this I am going to do the analysis how the low income people are going for this particular place, means then I cannot do any analysis. Only those category people are not given their answer. So this is called as data missing not at random. That is called as missing not at random. So there are three category of missing data. That means the respondents will not be giving the data. That is called as missing data. So missing completely at random. That means randomly they will be the people will be filling, and after that they will not be giving. That is called as missing at random. Then missing completely at random. Missing at random means one type of people or specific group of people, or some people that means more, not all. I'm not saying all 18 to 25, 18 to 20. I'm saying that students, out of some students, maximum of students are not given like that. Say I have category of student, I have category of employed, I have category of self-employed, I have category of homemaker, like that. So when I'm calculating missing values, this 18 age people, maximum missing values are from 18 group level, like that I am telling. That is called as missing at random. What is missing not at random means, like those who are from a low category, they are feeling that I am having low and not filling that, then it will be considered missing not at random. So these are the three category of missing datas. That means datas are not filled by the respondent. That's why data is blank. Then it is called as the data missing. Okay, any doubt in this case you can ask. Sir. Okay, I think everybody is clear about the different types of missing. Okay. Okay, how to, sir, can I continue or is there any break now, sir?
Madam, actually 3:30 to 3:45 break, madam. If you
Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll stop now. Then
madam.
I can continue after the break. Okay, sir.
Madam.
Thank you, sir.
So all the participants are requested to take in a break now, and you please come back after 10 minutes.
Sir? Hello, sir.
Yes,
I just
Agarwal, madam. Please tell me, madam.
So I just wanted to ask if I can get a recording for the timing after 4:30, if that's possible.
Just you wait, madam. We want to see that. We will let you know, madam. We will let you know.
Because I would be listening to what ma'am would say, like I would put the earphones on, but I wouldn't be able to put notes or see it visually what is been happening on SPSS because I would be driving. So I thought of getting a recording.
Okay, madam.
Yes,
Sir,
same is the
I
case
think
with most of us.
madam, I'll be doing up to 4:40 like that, because after that people will be asking some doubts, and also I hope like up to 4:40 if you're there, that will be better. Like so that okay. After that question sessions will be there. Some people will be asking question also like that. Is it okay, sir?
Yes, madam. Okay, madam. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Because
madam.
like some people will be asking questions, and also we will take class up to 4:30, 4:35 like that. 4:40 like that. Okay, sir.
Right, madam. Right, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'll take a break 15 minutes and come back, sir.
Sure, madam. Sure, madam. Please, please. So all the participants are requested to take a break and come back after 10 minutes, please.
Okay, I hope now you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What happens when we are collecting 400 data or 500 data, we will not be knowing where is the missing data. Here and there, one or two, it is accumulatedly, many missing data will be there. Whether we have to consider that or not, we have to check. Generally, missing data, if it is up to 5%, we can ignore it and we can proceed for the analysis. But if it is more than 5%, there will be a bias will happen when you are doing the analysis. So we have to rectify that 5%, above 5%, whatever it is there, that we have to rectify. Even though less than 5%, if we rectify, that will be better. But we can consider the 5%, less than 5%, and you can consider and you can go for your analysis. But if it is more than 5%, it is absolutely you have to rectify the error. Now, first of all, we wanted to know how many missing cases are there and what is the percentage that we have to check in this particular data set. Okay, so for that, we have to go to analysis. Okay, you can click the analysis. First you listen, then you can do it. Analysis, and here you can see that missing value analysis. So you can click on that. Okay, so here already wait. Okay, so you can see that all these questionnaires are there. Everything you can select and you can check for analysis. Okay, that is what is the like how many missings are there, everything we can check. So I'm going to select everything and sending it to here. Okay, so then you can check the missing analysis. Okay, so here paid this is this thing and all not necessary as of now. Okay, so directly we can go for this one. If you want percentage or anything, if you want, we can do it. Now I'm not going to check all these things, just you are going to make okay. So once it is okay, it will be showing the analysis in the output table. So I'm going to share the output table. Okay, you can, I hope you can see the missing value analysis. MBE is nothing but missing value analysis. And what all are the variables we have taken? All the variables we have taken. And this is the univariate statistics. So here, all these things we don't want. We want only the missing table. So you can see here missing. And there are two things are there. One is count, another one is percent. Okay, already I told you, if the percent is less than 5%, then we can ignore it. But in this, you can see that there are two variables, which is question 1 and question 8, which is having like about 5%. That means 9.4 and 7.4%, which is having more than 5%. So this should be rectified. Very important. We have to rectify these kind of errors. Okay. So this you have to analyze which type of error, which already I have told you. Either it may be missing completely at random, or missing a random, or missing not randomly. So you have to check which variable, where are it is missing, and whether it is based on these type of errors or not. Okay. So accordingly we can change. But I wanted to tell you, like, how can we like deal with this missing value? Okay. So if the missing values are for a random or non-random, that's what I told you. It may be random or non-random, whatever it is. Okay. Non-random means that is the last category which is missed by a particular category people only. Okay. Then it is called as non-random. If it is random, okay. So we will see that. Okay. So there are three methods are there where you can deal with the missing like a category like missing values, how you have to deal with that. Okay. So there are two main methods are there. One is a deletion method. Another one is like imputation method. Two different methods. One is deletion method. Another one is imputation method. We will say that. What is deletion method? We can delete. Okay. So for example, here, if you see that the 19 cases are there, this 19 cases, if you are going to delete entirely, then it is called as deletion method. We will say that I don't want all this 19. You can delete it. That is called as deletion method. We will say that. Okay. So this deletion method, we can say that different three methods are there. Deletion method also we can say three methods are there. That means deleting missing values, list-wise deletion, pair-wise deletion. Three categories are there. Deleting missing values, list-wise deletion, pair-wise deletion. Okay. What is that missing value means? You are going to check only few cases are there. Say for example, if you take here 19 cases are there in Q1. If you're going to delete all these 19 cases, then automatically your total number of respondents will come down. That means 9.4, that means 19 categories are coming down. So your total number of cases are 202. Out of the 202, 19 cases are coming down, means you have to check what is your sample size you have taken. With that less 19 cases, whether you can able to achieve your objective or not, you have to check. So for example, if this 19 cases are not random cases, what do you mean by not random cases? Only particular category people are there. So category, for example, this 19 cases are from the student age group or occupation student category. Then what happens when you're going for that student category? You wanted to check how the students are like impulse buyer or not. Okay. Why? Because when we are doing analysis, we should give some implication to the society, implication to the retailers. What is my aim? I wanted to check why the people are buying this. What is the factors motivating the people to buy that impulsively? So if my student case, totally student case, 19 cases are not coming that means if I deleted automatically that particular group when I am analyzing, that will be very difficult for me to give the analysis. Why? Because sometimes retailers want to target only the students. They wanted to know what is their pattern of purchasing the apparels in impulse. So that time you are removing that particular category, the entire 19 cases. You cannot give the analysis and the interpretation which will be considered as biased. So it is, you have to think that if it is not non-random, don't remove that. You have to conduct the test properly. You have to collect the data again and you can enter the data from them. If it is random, then automatically you can delete. it. No problem. Not no problem. Okay. In the case of like non-random, you are not supposed to delete. You have to rectify the error. If it is case of like a randomly it is gone, then you can delete it. But that also, if it is more percentage, don't delete it. This is my personal. So for example, if you take Q8, here it is only 7.4% are there. So here the different method of deletion is there. What is that? Completely deletion means that case, entire 7.4 case, all the 15 cases you are going to delete, then it is called as case-wise deletion. Or what happens, only this question you are going to delete, it means then it is called as like another deletion method. What is that deletion method? Means that that continuously that particular what do you say, that variable only you are going to delete. When you can delete this variable means, see, suppose if this variable is not going to affect the other variable, other thing, then you can delete that particular variable. So there are two variables are there. Okay, you are going to find out the relationship between these two. Say for example, if you take question 1 is having the like what I say that like special. Oh, 1 minute. I will check what is the question 1 and what is the question 8. Then we can easily decide whether to delete or not. 1 minute. Variable we are going. So question 1 is special discount of different occupations. That means occasion, festival offer, sale, spring offer. That is the question which will motivate them to buy the particular product. Another one is, what is the next question? The next question is question number 8. So what is the question number 8? My question number 8 is like low priced apparel makes me to buy unplanned. Okay. So if these questions are two questions are like paired with some other question, then we can delete this question. So the special discount offer is one other question. Another question, I have one more question, that is the various schemes. Buy one, get one free. I see motivated. Then I will be motivated to purchase. So these two questions are little similar. So what I can do, I can delete that question 1 entirely so that I can avoid the missing cases, because the two questions are little similar. So I can retain the question 2. I can delete the question 1 to avoid the missing value. Okay, so you have to see that the question whether to delete the 19 cases or whether to delete that question. So these two things are very important. Are you going to delete case or are you going to delete the particular question only? That means that variable only. This is called as deletion method. We will see that. Okay, so which one that we are going to do it. So, okay, what is the advantage and disadvantage? Advantage of deletion method is very simple because it's very easy for us to put delete. What is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is you're going to lose the data. You're going to lose the number of respondents. So these two things are very important. Okay, so if you are going to completely delete, the minus for you. Okay, so you have to check what is the percentage of missing value. If you are going to delete that particular case, whether it is going to affect your sample size or whether it is going to affect your the particular case or not, then accordingly you can delete it. Okay, suppose if you are going to delete list wise, that means completely that particular like a case you are going to delete, it is very simple. But what happens, your sample size will be coming down. Okay, what is the pairwise deletion? It will be saying that pairwise deletion means analysis with all the cases in which the variables of interest are present. Okay, so what is the advantage if you say that? Means keeps as many cases as possible for each analysis, uses all information possible with each analysis. But generally we will not do pair analysis, we will pairwise deletion we will be do. That means you're going to delete the case as well as you are going to delete the question. That is called as pairwise deletion also, but it will make a lot of losing of data will be happening in the case of like a pair analysis or a pairwise deletion. So don't do the deletion method if it is going to affect your this one. Instead, what you can do, we can do the imputation method. What do you mean by imputation method? You are going to assign the value for the particular missing places. So wherever there is a 19 cases are there, here 19 cases, you can give the value for the 19 cases. You can give the value for 15 cases. That is called as imputation method. Okay. So imputation method will be considered as you're going to assign the value for the missing data. Okay. So any doubt in this case? You want me to do once again how to find out the missing cases? So you can go for filling the cases, value for the cases. Okay, I hope all are clear about this. Okay, so can we go for the how we are going to give the values for the missing cases? Okay, so for that you have to go to transform. We have done as of now only analysis. You have gone for data. Now this is the new one, which is transform. Okay, so if you're seeing that in transform, you can see that one thing, replace missing values. Okay, once again I'm repeating, go to transform. Always this whenever you are using the menu bars, it is not necessary that you should be there in the data view, or it may be in like output view. No problem at all. Anywhere you can do it. So I am going for, now we are in output view, so I'm going for transform. And remember which question we are having? Question number 1, which is having 19 missing cases. Okay, transform, replace missing values. Okay, what is that? Question number 1. Okay, select the question number 1. Okay, see what happens in the same, it will not be giving, it will be giving as a new variable name. So I'm going to give the new variable name, that is question 1 underscore 1. Okay, now which method going to use it? Which method you're going to use it? Okay, so either you can use mean of the other question. That means in that question, it will be replacing the mean value wherever there is a the value missing. Okay, so wherever there is a value missing, it will be giving you the mean value. If you're clicking this one, if you're clicking this one, it will be giving you the nearby point of the mean value. Okay, then if it is giving that, it is median value, it will be giving median value. Okay, and this one is linear interpolation, and this one trend at point, this one. So generally these 3 things we can use it. So first we will go for the mean value. So the mean value, whatever is there, that will be replaced by the missing value. Okay, I'm going to say okay. Okay, so now so 19 values are this one. Okay, I am going to stop, show that data view. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, now I'm going to share it. Okay, you can see here the variable view I'm showing you. You can see the variable view. See, I was having only Q12 variables. Now the new variable is there, that is Q1 underscore 1, which replaced the value of missing. So we can go to the data view. I'm going to the data view. You can see here Q1 here, these many cases are blank. Okay, now we can go to the, see Q1 and 1. All this, there is no blank in the particular variable. You can see. Okay, there is no missing value in this particular case. Okay, so this is mean value. We can use mode also. You can you can rectify the particular missing value also. Okay, shall we try that one? Transform, replace missing values. Okay, so question 1, which special discount. I'm going to move this one, but this I'm okay. This I can remove that side and this question. And instead of mean, I can use median of nearby points. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. I'm giving name. Okay. 1 minute. I have not selected this one. Okay. Okay. The Q1 will be changing to median. Okay. So median of nearby points. Okay. Okay. So in the same question, it is replaced. Okay. The same question, it replaced instead of this one, because I have selected same question, you replace it. So in the same question, it was instead of mean, earlier it was 333 was there. Now you can see it is 2. That means median it is given. The median value will be replaced by the wherever there is a missing. Okay. So you can see that Q1 from here to here, it was missing. That was replaced with median. Earlier it was replaced with mean. Now it is replaced with median. So this is one way of replacing the missing value by using this one. Okay. So another method is also there. What is that another method means? Like which is replaced by 1 minute. Excuse me. Okay. Next is regression method. We will say that imputation using regression. Why? Because always we will be calculating either correlation, regression is very important. So regression method also can use it. Okay, in this method, the missing value are replaced by the predicted value generated from the multiple regression. Okay, so the regression based on the regression, it will be predicting, and that value will be replaced in the missing cases. So that is called as imputation using regression. Imputation using regression, we will say that. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, you are going for like analyze missing value and you're going to do it. Okay, so I'll be doing now. I'm going to analyze. So which question is another question which is having this one? I'll just check in the output which question means. That is missing values are question number 8. Okay, question number 8 is having another missing value. So that we will be changing. Okay, so we are going to use a regression method to replace it. Yes, sir.
Madam, half screen is coming, madam, here.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. I just went to that output to see the question. That's why. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll be closing that and I'll come. Okay. 1 minute, sir. Is it okay, sir, now?
Okay, madam.
I hope it's now okay.
Yes, madam. Okay.
Okay. Go to analyze. Okay. I'm going to shift this side. Okay. Question number 8. Just 1 minute. What is the question number 8? I'll check and come back to this one. Question number 8 is question number 8. Okay. Variable view. The question number 8 is low priced apparel makes me to buy unplanned. Okay. So this one. Okay. So all other things I'm just shifting this side. Low price apparels. Okay. So here. Okay, here you're going to estimate with the regression method, and okay, you're going to replace with that method. Okay. Okay. So it is changing, and it will be give you the, again I'll stop because it's want to. One minute. Gone to output. Okay. Once again, it is not replaced. Once again, I'll do it. Analyze missing data. Some small mistake is there in this. Let me rectify. Just a minute, sir. You can stop recording. 2 minutes. I'll rectify and come back. First, I will share the. Okay. Now the question 8 is having this one. Okay. So this is regression method, which is going to give you the answer replacing the missing values. So I'm going for analyze and missing values. Okay. So first I will be selecting this question, sending it to here. Okay. Next, I'm going to select the EM method is also there, or we can take the regression method. Regression method is one of the best method where you can get the best result when you're conducting the correlation or regression for the missing data. So I'm going to select the missing data, and then you can collect the variable because you are going to select the variable. So the quantitative variables. Okay. So already this is clicked. So you can take this one, continue, then regression. So here you can, initially it will not be having any ticking of this one, missing value analysis. I'm going to click the save complete data. Okay. So always this trial and error method. That's why it will be giving you new data set. It will be giving as a new data set only for this variable. So it will be giving you save complete data and create a new data set. You can give what is the value or name or something. You can click here. Then you can make continue. Okay. So then you can give okay. So now it will be showing you this variable only in new data set. Okay. So that new data set, I'm going to share that new data set. Share. So you can see here, the question is Q and there is no missing value here. It has recorded as a new variable, which has all the values, which is based on the regression method. So what you can do, either this, you can copy all the values, okay, and you can paste it there. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, you can copy, and I'm going to share the earlier file. Okay. So here you can replace the data. Okay. You can replace the data. Always my advice is open in the new variable only. So here we can go to the variable view. You can change here. That is question 8 underscore regression method. Okay. And this you can do it as 0 and you can change it. Okay. So this is Q8 under regression method, whatever it is. You can give the description label like any way. So this is the different methods where you can rectify your missing values. Okay. Generally, people will be going for mean method only, which is very easy for them, and it is very easy for them to get the results also. Then only generally people will be going for mean method only than the mode method. So when you are not getting the result, then you can go for the regression method. So this is the different methods which you can deal with the missing values. Okay. So can we go to the next thing, or you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, so everybody is clear about this. Okay, now we are going for the descriptive analysis. Okay, so descriptive analysis, for that we have to go to the analysis, descriptive analysis. You can go for the descriptives. We can say that. So I'm going to click descriptives. So not all the questions I'm going to take. Okay, and this one, and some cases we can take. Okay, these 6 questions I have taken for descriptive analysis, and you can use here. I hope the screen is visible. I want mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, all this we can take. Okay. And then we can go for the, I could not see the full thing. Wait. Again, I'll go descriptive. Okay. I can't see. Yeah. So I'm going to select these 3, this side, some few more questions. That's all. Now I can say it as okay. So we are moving to the okay. You can see the output here. Like this is the mistake, like descriptive analysis, number of maximum, what is the mean value and what is the standard deviation. Okay, so this is called a descriptive analysis, descriptive statistics of the particular variables, we can say that. Okay, so generally, like the standard deviation is nothing but when you are writing, you can write plus and minus, you can do it. So for example, like if the age of the respondents, it is given mean value is 2. What is mean value 2? That means 2. Second case. What is the second case? The second case is the, like I can show you what is the second case and what is the deviation, 0.23 to 3. Okay, so your deviation is 2 plus 3.323 and the minus also. That means it is ranging between this value to that value we have to write. So your deviation of the age of respondents are like second category is what? That second category is, I'll go and see the variable view. Okay, my second category is, I'll see that second category is 25 to 35. So your age is 25 to 35. That means the people are like ranging between the age of like 25 minus the 3.23 and 35 plus 0.323. But you cannot write exactly 0.3233. Why? Because it is not like an individual. It is a scale. So in the scale, that means like you have categorized the scale as below 25, 25 to 35, 35 and above. So you cannot like do the directly 0.233. You have to add, you have to convert into what is the age above 35 or below 25. That you are going to change as a different. That is ages of each category wise. If you take, then only you can use the standard deviation. Otherwise, you cannot use the standard deviation. So for example, age is each case is separately you are having 25, 22, 35, 45, 55, 65. Then only you can use the standard deviation, and that standard deviation you can add for the extreme level and you can minus for the initial level. So when you are having scaling type, then you cannot use the standard deviation and you can write as a like analysis. You can say only the deviation is 0.323 is there. That's all. You cannot say that it is the deviating 10 age is deviating, 5 age is deviating, minus plus and minus 5 age is deviating. We cannot write it. Why? Because it is in the scaling level. If it is you are having individual, then you can have like the deviation is like plus 5 and minus 5, we can say that. Okay, and then here This is called as mean, median, mode. Mean is nothing but average of all the scores which is distributed in the particular cases. Next, what is median? Median is the score in the middle of the rest of the scores. What is the middle? Okay, middle. So for example, if it is Likert scale, generally 3 is the middle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and middle is 3. But for your case, what is the middle, median, what is there? That is different. It may vary. Okay, that means half left, half right. Actually, your case, whether it is falling exactly in the median or not, we have to check. Okay, so in your case, like what is the median? We can say here, like 1 minute output screen. What is our output screen? Okay, can you able to see the output screen? No, I think. Output screen. Yeah, you can say here what is the median mode, because I have not clicked the median. That's why it is median is not there. Only it is having minimum, maximum, mean, and standard deviation. When you are selecting, if you click median, then median also will be coming. So here I have not selected median. That's why the median is not shown here. But very important, when you're showing, it is mandatory for you to show what is N, what is mean, what is standard deviation, that you can explain in your analysis. That is enough, more than enough for descriptive statistics. Okay, so this is the descriptive statistic analysis which we are doing it. Okay, any doubt in this case, you can ask me. Any doubt in this case? I don't think so. Everybody is clear about this. Okay.
Madam, one general question from my side, madam.
Sir, I could not hear.
Madam, one question, madam. How could we find out whether we haven't normally distributed the data or not? Because
next time I'm coming for that, sir. Normal distribution, I'm coming for that. Yes. Now I'm going for next step is normal distribution. Very important. That is how we are going to check whether normality is there or not. Okay, normality test is there. For that, we will be using the histogram.
Voice is not coming, madam.
Sir, am I audible now? Sir?
Yes, madam.
Now it is audible. Okay, sir. Okay, so now when we are going for normality test, we have to use the descriptive statistics only. Based on the descriptive statistics, we are going to plot the histogram accordingly. The cases, if you see, then based on the histogram, we can check whether it is normally it is there or it is not normally distributed or not. Okay, so for that, we are going for the analysis. I think the screen is not visible. I will be taking the data view. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. I hope it is visible. First, let me tell you like how to conduct the normality test. You have to go to the descriptive statistics. There you have to see that, like you are going to plot all the things in the variables in the histogram, so that we can check whether it is normally distributed or not. You have the screen? Half screen? No, sir, full screen only, see?
No, it is coming.
Okay. Okay. So we are going for descriptive analysis. Okay. So, sorry, minus why it is okay. So for example, we can take the one question or two question or all the questions we can take. So it will be confusing. I will take one by one only. I'm taking this one. Okay. And you're going to take the plots. Okay. In the plots, you're going for histogram. Okay. So in the plots, if you take histogram and normality plots with test also, we are going to see it. Okay. So I'm going to continue with this. Okay. 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 So now I am shifting to your this one. Okay. I'm sharing the output screen so that you can see whether this is normally distributed or not. Okay. So you can see here, explore I have done. Okay. You can see here the statistics, confidence level, median, variance, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, range. All these are there, okay, which is given. Okay, so you can see here, this is your histogram. Okay, you can see here, see, this is the line. If the points are like deviated from this line, then it is not normally distributed, we will say that. If it is nearby this line, then it is called as, it is normally distributed. Very important, this points, you can see here now, this line which is normally distributed. Okay, so if it is not normally distributed, you can see here like this, the questions here and there, if it is there, then it will be called as, it is not normally distributed, we will say that. Okay, actually there is a p value should come. Let me check. Yeah, here it is there, significant level. You can see here the test of normality significant level is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, means it is not normally distributed. Very important. Once again, I'm repeating. Generally, the null hypothesis say that it is normally distributed. That is what null hypothesis. If the value, this question, if the significant value is above, that means above 0.05, then it is called as normally distributed. If the significant value is less than 0.05, then the data is normally, it is not normally distributed, so that you can conduct the non-parametric test for these questions. This is what the normal or normally not distributed. So you can decide about the significant level, and when you are writing the analysis, you have to write the value of significant level is like less than 0.05. So hence we can reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. What is that alternative hypothesis? It is not normally distributed. So if that is the case, what you have to do? Either you can conduct and you can rectify the error, the distribution should be properly conducted, or you have to go for the non-parametric test for this particular analysis. So what all are parametric and non-parametric tests, that I will be explaining in the next session, that is tomorrow's session, because we will be conducting the different tests, parametric and non-parametric. So that time I will be explaining you how you are going to conduct by normally not distributed the data, how you are going to use the that means normally not distributed data, how you can use that test. That test we will be doing in the next class. So one thing that you have to conduct the for normality test, it is mandatory that to check whether your data is normally distributed or not, so that you can consider which type of test you can go for it, whether normality test or non-normality test, we can do it. Okay, once again repeating, we can do one more, this one. Okay, how we are going to do: analyze, okay, descriptive statistics, explore. There I'm going to take it out. Okay, for example, I'm going to take this one, gender plots. Already it is already given. Okay, continue. Okay, it's given both statistics plots, everything is given. So I'm going for okay, but it takes 2 minutes time because all one by one it will be creating. So a gender. So you can see here one by one. Okay, how it is normally or not. All this you don't worry about it. Go for. Okay. Okay. So whether it is significant or not, we will check with the p-value. Okay, where is the p-value? Okay. So test of normality here, this is also, it is showing 0, 0. So that means the significant level is less than 0.05. So for this data set, we have to go for non-parametric test.
Madam, here small doubt, madam.
Yes, sir.
In test of normality, we have a Kolmogorov significance value, and
yes, sir.
Another significance value is there here. So which
sir, people will be going for either they will be going Kolmog or they will be going for Shapiro. So you can consider either this or this they will be going. So sometimes what happens, this will give you little normality. See, both are 0.05. That's why it is, we can go for some cases. What happens, like this case will be giving you like a normality test will be coming. Okay, for example, this will be giving you point like 5.1. That means a Shapiro may give 0.51, 0.6, like that it will be coming. But here it will be giving 0.5 only. So you can consider if it is very nearby, then based on this, you can consider and you can go for like a parametric test. That is what. So the cases, both the cases, if you see that the normality chances are little more in Kolmar and it is less in Shapiro. That is what the both are giving. So you can decide about either this method or this method. We can go for it based on the value only, sir. If it is very nearby, that time we can take the one test as a okay, and based on that we can go for parametric test. That's why it is given. It is to both are totally it is 0, 0, 0. So I cannot go for any one based on one, and I cannot go for the like a parametric test. That is what the reason they are given both the answers. Any doubts, sir?
Madam, you have given me one statement.
Hmm.
You have given me one statement, that is
yes, sir. I have taken only one, because if many means like it, that will be going many, all one by one it will be giving. So we have to consider all. Like that we have to take.
No, my question is what means, if it is less than the 0.05, the significance value is, if our significance value is less than 0.05, so for this question we should go for a parametric test, no, madam? If the value is
this question, you cannot go for parametric test, right? Because it is less than 0.05. That means 0.00. You can go for only non-parametric test.
So it means that if it is values are less than the 0.05, we will go for
yes, sir. Significant level is less than 0.05. You can less than 0.05. You can go for only non-parametric test. Or you have to change the value, you have to conduct and you have to make it as a normality, because that means like the questions are not understandable. So you have to change little bit in the question and you have to conduct again normality test. Once it is normally distributed, then only you can go for parametric test. So that's why we are conducting always like what is that pilot study. Based on the pilot study, all this test we will be going. Then we will be changing our questions or changing our like words, scale, all these things we are doing. Because of that only we are going for pilot study. So the pilot study itself will tell you like how your data is distributed, how the scale is understandable by the people. That is why we are conducting all this test. But one thing I will tell you, like nowadays people are directly going for like correlation, regression and all. Why? Because already the scales were conducted, tests were proven. So directly they are going for that one. Why? Because when you are adopting the developed scale, you no need to do this much test and all. So why? Because they have already done with a different, the test was happen again and again and again with a lot of samples and all they have done. So you can adopt the scale. That will be easy for the people to understand the question and they can give the answer, and you can analyze the data also for your particular different demographic or a different geographic area or a different product, like that we will be going. So that's why many people are going for adopting the scale. So that may be completely, or they may be doing adapting the scale also, so that you can avoid this normality and all. That is what the reason many people are advising, the researchers are advising to go for developed scale one. You can adopt it. Any doubts, sir?
Even in the constructs, if you add any constructs also, madam, for
yes, sir.
Whatever the scales already used, existing scales, if you add any constructs, then definitely we should go for this normality test, madam.
Yes, you are adding, you have to add. So say for example, that scale is having only 5 items will be there. You are going to add 2 or 3, then you have to go for this one. This one you have to go, then reliability test you have to go. All this we have to do it, sir.
All right.
Only you are changing little bit, that means then adopting, then you no need to do it. But if you are doing like adapting, that's what ADA, adapting, that means you are going to change according to your analysis, then we have to go for all this one. But the errors will be reduced when you are going for adapting.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. I think